Chapter 27. The Judgment. Section 353 to 365. In which case the presence of accused may be dispensed with the time of delivering the judgment when the person attending of the accused has already been dispensed with, when the judgment is that of acquittal. When the sentence of death is passed by the High Court, a certificate of copy of judgment shall be immediately given to the accused free of cost, whether he applied for the same or not. Which one of the following sections of CRPC 1973 deal with the language and contents of judgment? Section 354. A judgment contains concise statement of the case point for determination, the decision on the point of determination, and the reason thereof. The compensation to the victim under Section 357 of CRPC can be passed by the trial court, the appellate court, the revisional court. Under which section of the CRPC a court can order when fine is not a part of sentence any amount to be paid by accused as compensation? 357 subclause 3. A was acquittal of the charge for voluntary causing grievous hurt by throwing acid on X, as the victim did not support the police version about involvement of A in the incident through grievous hurt by acid was proved. X seek compensation for the trial. The trial court may consider making recommendation to state legal service authority for the compensation to victim. Under Section 357A subclause 2 of CRPC, which is authority is authorized to decide quantum of compensation, the state and district legal service authority. Which is the section recently inserted in CRPC for providing victim compensation scheme? Section 357A. Victim compensation scheme under Section 357A was incorporated in 2009. Under which one of the following provision of CRPC compensation is paid groundlessly arrested person? Paid to groundlessly arrested person. Section 358. Every state government in coordination with the central government shall prepare a scheme for providing fund for the proposal of compensation to the victim. Victim compensation scheme has been provided under CRPC by which of the following amendment? CRPC Code Amendment Act 2009. Under Section 357A subclause 2 of CRPC, which authority is authorized to decide the quantum of compensation? Legal Service Authority. Which one of the following statement with respect to victim compensation scheme is incorrect? C is incorrect. Which one is correct? Are under Section 357(1) of CRPC, the court can direct the accused to pay the compensation only if the accused is punishable with a sentence of fine with some other sentences and when such fine is apart, amount of compensation cannot exceed the amount of fine that can be imposed under the section for which the person has been convicted, and the amount of fine that a particular court may be imposed by law. Under Section 357 Subclause 3 CRPC, court may award compensation even if the fine is not a part of sentence. There is no limit on the amount of compensation that the court may ask the accused to pay the victim. A crime has been committed, the victim is identified, but the accused cannot be traced. The victim can make application or compensation to the state or district legal service authority. Section 357A added by CRPC Amendment Act 2009. Which one of the following case has laid down that the name of victim of sexual violence should not be indicated in the judgment? State of MP versus Balu. At the conclusion of trial, the court may be recommendation for award of compensation under Section 357A of CRPC, where it is satisfied that the compensation award under Section 357 is not adequate, where the case end in acquittal or discharge the victim as it to be rehabilitated. Under CRPC, for which offense it is mandatory for all government and private hospital to provide first aid to the victim and inform the police, such indicate to 326A, Section 376A, 376C. Treatment of the victim has been incorporated under CRPC by Criminal Law Amendment Act 2013 under Section 357C. Magistrate by whom the case is heard may award such compensation not exceeding 1,000 rupees to be paid to any person groundlessly arrested by the person so causing arrested. What is the maximum default sentence that can be awarded in the case of non-payment of compensation under 358 of CRPC 1973? 30 days. Who may release on prohibition of good conduct under Section 360 of CRPC? Any person not under 21 year of age, any person 21 year of age, any who may not be released on prohibition. None of the above. Prohibition Act and Section 360 of CRPC will apply to any convict under Food Adulteration Act when the age of convict is below 18 years. Which section of CRPC provide that no court shall alter the judgment after it has been signed? Section 362. A court, when it has signed its judgment and final order disposing of the case, may correct a clerical and arithmetical error. As soon as the judgment and final order disposing the case is signed, the correct a clerical order. Court impose this sentence certificate, copy of such judgment to the death convict will be given free of cost immediately when whether or not he apply for. In the case tried by Court of Session and Chief Judicial Magistrate, the court or such magistrate as a case may be self-forwarded a copy of its finding and sentence to the district magistrate within whose local jurisdiction the trial was held. Which one of the following court has a jurisdiction to release on prohibition of good conduct? Trial court, appellate court, revisional court.